Welcome back to the Dan O'Neill Show. This week's episode, we had Eric Simon, aka the Broke Agent, as well as Jason Cassidy of the Real Brokerage in San Diego. Jason runs studio, he runs Refer. Jason has his hand in just about everything real estate related. It was a really funny episode. It literally looks like you're at a nursing home, dude.
I know. I'll
like
try
a
one
Spanish
more light.
Armada nursing home.
Spanish. Oh, there's the fan and the chair in the back. So good.
Dude, it looks like a scene out of The Conjuring. Oh my god, man! My stomach hurts. So, Eric, how's your day?
Day is fantastic. I am at my fiance's grandparents' house, hence the background, hence the poor lighting. But, happy to be on the Dan O'Neill Show. Seems like you're really scraping for guests early on, huh? This is the second appearance in, 4 episodes?
You know what it is? This is just, it's tough. Running a podcast, it's one of the lowest items on my totem pole here. So,
great. It's great for the listeners to know that.
Great for the listeners. Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming out. We got a jam-packed episode today with Eric and Jason Cassidy all the way from sunny San Diego. Are you getting up cold front too?
Yeah, it's so nice. It's nice and 65 here. We got some sun coming in the window. It's great out here.
You're calling it a cold front, Eric, because it's 65 degrees. Look at my nose. It is so cold here in New York that if you walk outside, you just get gashed in the face. Like I'm bleeding from the cold weather.
Did you get hit with a piece of hail or something? Or is that just from the cold wind?
Icicle.
Now you know what it's from actually.
It's like the day after tomorrow, you have those huge things just flying in.
Yeah, the Statue of Liberty is covered in snow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's from all the LED light masks that I've been doing. I've been doing like 5 of them a day. So apparently they're just peeling my skin off. I don't think it's really healthy.
Yeah, well, keep that thing loose. I do that once a day for 10 minutes. You do this, Jason?
No, LED light mask. No, I've done like the cream mask stuff, but no.
No, this is a mask you put on your entire face.
Oh, no.
You look like a stormtrooper basically, and then it heals everything. It keeps everything tight. And does it all the time. Dan does it 5 times a day, which is probably gonna chop his head off eventually.
Hey,
he's got good skin though, so
yeah.
Speaking of chopping my head off,
yeah.
So 3 years, or I'm sorry, I'm almost at my 4-year anniversary of getting my license. And I was scrolling through my Instagram and looking at all of my archived photos, of which, God, I hope they never see the light of day. But I wanted to bring it up with you guys because I know Eric, actually both of you guys have some really funny ones. Matt, can you pull up look at how, if you're listening, you're missing out big time. This is my hey, I got my real estate license post.
First of all, listening, what about the letters? Every other letter.
Where do you even begin? Number one, I look like Pablo Escobar. I look like the elf from that Tim Allen movie combined. I'm wearing like 15 layers. Like, what even is that? And if you're listening, the caption is, and this is like a riffraff lyric. This is how bad this is. My main goal is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. Hashtag deal day. Hashtag $1 billion listing.
Hashtag $1 billion listing. This is the douchiest post I've ever seen in my entire life.
I want to point out that like is spelled with a Y as well. And then if you're not, every other letter is capitalized. Oh.
It's a riffraff used to, I got to send like the TikTok where it's from him. I just thought it was funny, but I just can't believe that this was like my introduction to real estate. Like, who would have thought?
Yeah. I mean, the comments too. You better make it on House Hustlers at some point. You're a stud.
Oh,
and these aren't people on your team yet, right? Because you didn't have a team. So these aren't, your minions commenting for you. These are actually real organic people, which is interesting. Did people take you seriously when you first got your license, or did they think, what the hell is this guy doing?
Yeah, I mean, I think they did. I mean, I think I just didn't take myself serious, I guess, in a way. Matt, keep scrolling. Let's go to the next one. Oh, here's one of Eric's. Hold on. Oh. Here's one of Eric's. Man, you are. What does the caption say here? Listing, leads, and leverage.
That was a joke. So that was my first attempt at a real estate joke because I had just watched or listened to, what's the Keller Williams book, $1 Million Agent?
Yeah.
And they said leads lead to listings, listings leads to leverage. So that was fresh in my head. So that's why I posted that. That is actually Paris Hilton's father, Rick Hilton, the founder of Hilton and Highland, which now just became Hilton and Hilton.
Hilton.
And then that guy right there is Wes Pinkston. He's the guy I started the Broke Agent with.
Yep. You look insane. Go to Matt. Go to the next.
Thanks.
Look at this one.
This one's good. I like this.
Yeah. That's me.
Simon.
Yeah, that's my attempt at a headshot. I just had one take a cell phone photo of me, and look at the hashtags there. Hashtag real estate. Hashtag Hilton Highland. #luxury homes. See, I actually was trying. I basically only posted maybe 3 or 4 times on my personal page about real estate because I thought it was embarrassing.
Am I
And I
seeing
thought
this?
of,
Am I reading this wrong? Does it not look like the Hilton in Highland is like this? Like, does it not?
It's
well,
offset
I
a
mean,
little bit.
it's the angle of the phone. You know, they didn't. It's one of the best brokerages in Beverly Hills. They certainly didn't have the logo diagonal, but I thought I would go by the name Eric Escrow Simon, and then people would start calling me the Crow, and then I'd have like a little noise or something like every time I walked into a listing presentation.
Oh my
So
god,
Would have been sick.
That's so good.
So actually, I mean, Dan, you should start calling me the Crow from now on.
that's the last thing I'm gonna call you. Oh
Yo,
my god,
look at the cufflinks though, like the
you
I
lost
know.
a lot of weight, huh?
Well, I mean, the shirt's a little puffy. That's not just my stomach, but you can see how tan I was. This was a listing that Wes and I kept sitting on a weekly basis. It was not our listing, and it was in the Palisades. It turned out to be a short sale, and we sat it every single weekend. Nobody ever showed up. But I said, open house at my listing in the Palisades. Bring me a buyer so I can cover my Equinox membership this month, which is also just one of the worst things you could possibly say.
Did anyone take you serious, or were you just licking?
Well,
up?
I mean, clearly I'm not trying to be serious here. I wanted to like promote myself in real estate without promoting myself because in 2015 when this was posted, I thought being a real estate agent was not cool. And I thought all my friends would be like, what is this guy doing now? He's a real estate agent. Like he was just working at the Laugh Factory 5 minutes ago.
Oh my god, how many of Eric do we have here? Buyers or liars? Throwback Thursday, Hilton Highland summer party. Oh my god.
So
Look at
good.
Jason. All right, here we go. Well,
Yeah.
actually, this is you two. Kicked
This
in
is
the
the-
guys.
This is the first time I met Eric,
That's
January
right.
2016.
Jason,
is
you
right.
actually look the exact same.
I kind of do on that. No, I think I saw that tie. We met. This was the Real Estate Webmasters karaoke party at Inman Connect, and we
That's
met
right.
after doing shots and probably singing karaoke at that point.
Yeah, that's our original logo too. It was just an animated character of myself, basically.
And he would wear his T-shirt everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah, I would wear that everywhere. I had that in blue, gray, and white. Yes, first time I met Cassidy, we stayed in touch ever since, and now we are co-founders of Refer. We are
Yes.
pioneers of the industry.
Yep.
Thank God you got rid of that logo
my God.
and you went to the key because now I feel like the key is recognizable everywhere. Oh my God. No.
That was a video.
Agents, I'll be
Okay,
at
good.
the Tiburon. Is that a Snapchat that you turned into?
It was just a Snapchat that I just turned into an Instagram post back in 2015. Yeah,
That's
it was
what
a
you
little
had to do.
video where I was making a joke that I was drinking all the mimosas by myself because no one was coming to my open house, and I probably did drink all of the champagne myself.
You actually look like you literally look the same. Like you haven't aged at all, which is like a huge compliment. Me and Eric over here rubbing as much cream and LED masks as we can just to help this
Yeah,
kid.
we've had a little glow up a little bit.
Yeah. See, this is holding the open house. You notice that's a Chromebook. It's not even a laptop. You know those HP Chromebooks that you could only connect to the internet.
Folded like a book.
Yeah, dude, it's like you couldn't actually do anything but get on the internet. There was no storage on them.
Are those just bags of money next to you? Oh, this is so bad. All right.
Those pillows. Oh, this is good.
This is my second, and we're gonna blur this out and we're gonna beep this out. This is my second ever real estate post. So number one was what we talked about previously, and Matt's gonna blurb this out, but hunting in Jersey outside of the corporate headquarters of Weichert Realtors. That's what I posted.
It was a different time back then. You could be a little bit. You certainly could be a little bit more free with your Facebook statuses and your Instagram posts. It was kind of like the Wild West.
Yeah, but did you actually think hunting in Jersey was the move on that?
That's
caption?
a horrible move.
I don't think anybody was even like following me at that point. I think I was still coming off of like my previous. Matt, you got to have the one more, right? Where I'm like on the phone because this tops all of them. This is the worst ever. And again, Matt is gonna blur this and also bleep this, but it says call business call or my mom let me know. That is just I should be in jail.
What's even funnier is the comment. It says no sig, so not mom or booty for sure. Business easy. And that Instagram account, Steven.Eagles, I guarantee that's one of your fake accounts.
No,
commenting to yourself.
I'll show you right now. Look,
look, I believe you. You don't have to pull out your phone.
Well, you're gonna laugh at his name in my phone.
It's one of your old Long Island baseball friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Wish. What is that right there?
Pledge. Steven Eagles, of course.
Oh, that's unreal.
Brother Eagles.
Brother Eagles. A to B, my friend. That was fun. That was therapeutic. Oh man, dude. It gets even worse too. I just can't believe that was what I posted in the very beginning. I should be.
Well, we were all kind of discovering what to do on social at the beginning.
If you're listening to this and you have an amazing first real estate picture, put it on your Instagram and tag Dan O'Neill and Broke Agent.
Yeah, we should start posting those. I just did it to my Twitter because Dan was asking for these photos before this episode, and I haven't checked the engagement on it, but I do think that's like a good content piece, is to have everybody just upload their first ever like real estate post and see how they marketed themselves back in 2013, 14, and 15 compared to now.
Tom Tools is just a Polaroid photo.
It's from the 90s, bro, with the suspenders. That was good.
Oh
You should see the photo he sent us last night. He literally actually looks like a pledge.
Yeah, he does. Oh God. All right. Next topic. I wanted to talk about Refer, and I wanted to talk about what you guys have been building. Jason, you are the eunuch of real estate.
You have to be more specific with that.
Don't eunuchs not have like balls or something?
What he means is from Game of Thrones, Varys, meaning like I think that's what you mean, right?
Yeah. No, I'm not referring to your anatomy. I'm referring to
the eunuch of real estate.
Well, I consider you the eunuch of real estate because it's a compliment. Like, you are very well versed, right? Like the guy in Game of Thrones. He's got like, he's master of whispers. So he's got all like the
eunuchs had their balls chopped off, and that's why they were eunuchs.
Yes.
Now that eunuch happened to be involved in everything, I think is what you're trying to say.
Okay, well, so then maybe I misphrased that, but what I'm trying to do is give you a compliment here.
I appreciate you.
You are very, like, you have so many different projects that you're running. You have a team, you have a family, you have children, you have a wife, you have Refer, you have studio, you have all these different things, and you're very well versed in like all the trending topics in real estate, which is very impressive. So I guess my point here is like, how are you managing all that?
Dude,
like Eric's learning quick. Like,
I don't know. It's all just a dumpster fire at any given time, and I'm just trying to survive. Just kidding. It's tough, dude. I mean, but it's fun. You know what I mean? All of it is the key point is all of it is connected in a sense, right? So like Studio is a video marketing company that I started here in San Diego to help agents shoot more content, but my team also is the primary beneficiary of Studio. So they're constantly shooting videos and putting out content. And then Refer is something I started with Eric. It's a real estate referral network of agents across the country, but that also helps my business too. So it's not like I'm starting like a yacht club or something, you know what I mean? Like everything I'm doing is it is parlayed together a little bit. So we can like, when I'm reading Broke Agent Media, or I'm looking around online somewhere and I'm reading about real estate, it kind of helps me in all three areas.
Well, I mean, it helps you too, like in a fourth way too, because you recently joined Real. So now between having the studio, between having Refer, not that like that's your main focus of it, but you're able to make more relationships, and in theory, you're able to help more people potentially join.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that was, when I joined Real, it was more of I left my old brokerage to save some money on cost splits, stuff like that. And I kind of just penciled out, for my team. But then, you're right, because that now there's like a different layer to Real, like I can then tie them all in together as well. So yeah, it doesn't hurt for sure.
It really is the perfect combo, because when you're doing studio and you're either writing scripts for agents or watching them film, you are becoming more and more well-versed on the sort of content that they're creating. So that helps your content. And then with Refer, it's not just a referral network. Obviously, it's a huge mastermind.
Yep.
So we have speakers come in. We're all collaborating all the time, talking to each other in the Facebook group. And then we have a live, which we're doing after this, where we talk about social media tactics, videos to film. So you're constantly just like feeding that muscle of content creation, real estate, networking. Like it's nonstop with you. Which is cool.
Think about in Refer, right? We've had Tom Ferry, Sharon Srivatsa, Spencer Raskoff. So now we've had 12 or 13 like speaker sessions with these top, like kind of industry people. Well, all of those are now clippable content as well. And then I can parlay off that. So like there's a lot of like stuff that they do help each other out. Cause then even when I'm behind the scenes at Studio, I can share that to my personal page, and it does help to.
What is your average day? I'm always interested to know this, because I always feel like I don't have enough time. And even if I wake up earlier, like it's a me problem, right? Maybe it's how I use my time. What's like your average day look like?
Usually it starts around, I get up at 6:30, I try to go to the gym in the morning. Usually I go in the afternoon. There's like a window between 3 and 5 always that for some reason it stays open for me. And so I'll go to the gym there, but usually I'm on some sort of a Zoom call from 8 to 10, somewhere in there for an hour or two. Maybe it's 1, maybe it's 2 Zoom calls. And then from 10 to 12, I have strategic blocks set aside to work on the business. So I'm either doing something from my to-do list or towards my goals that I set. And then I have lunch, and then the afternoon block, I'll do another block. So it's usually probably like 4 hours worth of work, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, that are like strategic blocks where I'm just banging stuff out. And then I have some Zoom calls in the morning, Zoom calls in the afternoon. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't. Those are Wednesdays, Thursdays. I usually don't have any Zoom calls. And then I go to the gym, and then I'm home with my family and kids, and then I work again for a couple hours at night, usually after the kids go to bed. So from like
then you have showings and open houses and appointments and stuff too, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of a little bit of a benefit. Like once the team comes into it, right, is like a lot of, I give a lot of that away to my team now. And so like, I think last year was really busy for us. We did it's 75 deals. I did about half of those myself. This year I did probably half of that, but it's because I gave a lot more away. You know what I mean? So I probably did 15 or 16 deals, but I gave 20 deals away to like team members. You know what I mean? So that
and it's different models too. like Tom Toole and Byron Lazine, like that's like their model, right? Where they're training, they're coaching, they're on. Is Eric frozen for you?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, it was a good spot. His eyes were closed.
I'm not frozen.
He's back.
So but it's a different model, right? Like I kind of tried to adapt that, I would say, for like the last 6 or 7 months. But what I've realized is I actually like being out in the field more. I actually like the thrill of like the sale and like the stories that you're able to come up with.
Yeah.
And I also found too that like by doing that, you're able to network more with other agents. So they're two different models. And I think that like each model works for individual people.
Totally.
I tried that model and it just, I don't know, it like didn't work for me. I kind of lost the locker room a little bit,
Yeah, for sure. I like listing properties a lot more. I think getting behind the scenes, telling the story of the home, obviously putting together the content and then dealing in the negotiations is really fun. But working with buyers is fun too. Sometimes you're helping someone get into their first home. Sometimes, you know what I mean? You're more so like changing their life. You're a big part of their life, this life-changing thing. That's fun too.
Sorry.
I wake up at 6 a.m. because we need blog posts and publishing and Instagram stories and up. So my day, usually in the morning, the first thing I'm doing is I'm posting on Broke Agent Media. I'm posting 2 to 3 Instagram stories a day. I'm making sure the blogs are intact. I'm making sure all of the YouTube titles are good, that all the captions are right, that all the hashtags are right in YouTube, that it's being posted to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, published in all the right places. And then I start posting on the Broke Agent because that's kind of the horse that still feeds everything, right? So I still have to keep that going at the same level that I'm keeping Broke Agent Media going. And then I'm on a Zoom call with Jill, who is our, head of production, everything basically, at BAM. And then we'll start like crafting the emails and positioning everything and making sure that the wording on every button is great, that it actually, that people open it and click on it, right? And then there's the afternoon content schedule. And then it's talking to Cassidy about Refer. It's talking to you about content. It's talking to Leonetti. It's filming podcasts because now there's the Walkthrough podcast, the Overask podcast, Lives and Refer, and then setting up debates, setting up webinars. How do we get more emails? It's basically just a flood of content hell on a daily basis, and then trying to navigate, stay relevant, get engagement, get emails, get YouTube subscribers, get advertisers, make sure they're still happy with everything that's going on, show them their clicks, getting on calls with advertisers.
Do you guys ever have the problem of like we're communicating all day long? So whether it's on social, podcasts, clients, right, all these different things, like by the time you get home, you like don't want to communicate anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And like
Jason can't do that though. He's got kids.
Got 2 kids, but they don't talk yet, so it's not. I mean, you have to communicate with them.
That's epic. And they're 14 and 10, right?
Correct, exactly. There's some developmental delay there.
Yeah. I got a question. Start talking to him.
I got a question for you, Eric. How's the first 6 months of BAM been for you? Any key learnings come out of it?
Look at his hairline; it is receded.
But by the end of this, it's literally just going to be one hair. I'll be like alfalfa or something.
I'm not even a part of BAM like that. And look at how much gray hairs I have.
I know it's coming.
Turning into Byron.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. It's been a really fun experience, but it's a nonstop flood trying to come up with all of this. I mean, we have great writers and everything as well, and Byron and everyone's helping with the content, but just to keep everything operating is an extremely difficult, stressful process because there's so much behind the scenes stuff that goes into just publishing a blog post. You know this, Jason, or just publishing a YouTube video. There's so many tweaks to make sure you're getting the right amount of views, to make sure that this piece of content is not being wasted, right? Like if you film an hour podcast and it's not getting any views, it's really frustrating. So it's like, how do we get more views on the email? How do we position in a way? How is the clips team operating? So for me, it's an enormous change from just being responsible for myself and just being like, all I have to do is post Broke Agent stuff, over ask, and send out an email once a week to, okay, now there's people I'm responsible for now it's a company. It's not just my reputation. It's Bayern's reputation. It's all these writers. It's these advertisers. There's just an enormous amount of, I wouldn't say pressure, but just responsibility that comes with it that I didn't have before, that I enjoy.
Well, and now Eric's a leader too, right? Like some of the problems that Eric might have, even though it's a media company, it's the same problems that we might have with our team or within our business. So it's interesting to hear, like when Eric's venting, it's like, oh, really? Like had that problem before, been in that position before, right? But even though it's like two totally separate things, right? Whether it's a real estate business or a media company. So it's like, I don't mean to say that I like sit back and laugh, but like, I'm like, oh, I've been there before. Like
He laughs at your pain.
Yeah, exactly. And there's just so many
too. Don't let him come out of this podcast like he's a saint. Are you kidding me? This guy's like, all of a sudden he's Tom Ferry over here. Have you been using Chat GDP? And how has it helped you?
Just for content, yes. We tested out a couple of property descriptions. It's amazing. We haven't really figured out. I mean, we might even do like YouTube copywriting with it. We might write entire blog posts with it. We don't really know down the road, but basically we covered it in a walkthrough episode. And then I did like a broke agent post on it. But I think it's going to be a fascinating development to see how agents utilize it.
Jason,
or anyone.
Yeah, I played around with it just to get video ideas, script ideas from, it's what are the three coolest neighborhoods to move to in San Diego? And it's like La Jolla, PB, Old Town, and so now I'm going to turn those into videos. But no, I haven't done anything with it yet. I just made some scripts.
Jason, do you have a virtual assistant that helps you with your content, or are you actually posting everything out?
No, I post it.
You're the one, but you like YouTube, TikTok, like everything.
My fingers, yeah.
That is it. Hi, Ann.
Hi, Ann.
She can't hear you.
Oh,
I love nuts.
Good point. Yeah, it's all my fingers.
That's great. Are you going to try to bring on a virtual assistant or somebody to help you out?
Yeah, I think I could see that getting to a point here soon.
What's your goal for 2023? I'm going to let you guys leave after this.
Like for as a team or?
Yeah, I mean, what are you trying to accomplish this next year?
Yeah, so I want my team to hit 100 million in production. I have some personal goals, and I'm going to grow studio and refer. So some team goals, some studio goals, some refer goals. I want to refer to have over 250 members. I want studio to get up to 50 clients, and I want our team to do 100 million in production.
What about you, Eric? Number one media company in the world?
That's right. Build the biggest real estate media company, have refer to 10 million members. I want a refer member in every country. I want refer members in Portugal. I want them in the Federated States of Micronesia. I want them in Israel. I want them in Zichron Yaakov. I want them everywhere.
Doesn't your sister live there?
International.
Yeah,
she does. She'll be an agent. She was licensed in Arizona. I think it works in Tel Aviv also.
Nice. All right. Anyway, appreciate you guys coming on. Any final thoughts? All right.
Final thoughts. Yeah. I mean, 13 years for Correa is ridiculous. I think once you get into your 36, 37 years of age, your production drops by 30, 40%. So the guy's got 4 or 5 real years. That's really what you're paying for. And then you try to offload him, kind of in the twilight years.
Isn't he? He's a shortstop though, right? What are you moving Lindor? You guys already have a shortstop.
Correa is going to be playing third base. And Eric, I agree with you, but here's the thing. Stevie Cohen has unlimited funds. So they could sign him to a lifetime contract. It doesn't even matter. Stevie Cohen
it's a good pickup. You have to make these plays. Like, I mean, the Yankees signed Aaron Judge for 13 years, right? Or 9. Well, Aaron Judge is already like 30 years old anyway. So
he's already 30.
Yeah.
Let's clip this now. When the Mets win the World Series, oh man, I'm gonna get a tattoo on my forehead. You guys are never gonna be able to live it down.
It's a lot of money to finish third place in your division.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of money to get booted in the wild card round.
Make sure to like and subscribe. Let's go, Mets. See you guys in literally 20 minutes on this.